What if I told you that after 60, nearly half of Americans struggle just to stand up from a chair? Not because they're sick, but because their bodies have quietly forgotten how to move. Every year, more than 36 million seniors in the U.S. experience a fall. And the worst part isn't the pain, it's the fear that follows. The fear of losing independence, confidence, and freedom inside your own home. But here's the truth. Almost no one talks about aging doesn't destroy mobility, habits do. And if you've ever thought stiffness, weakness, or imbalance were just part of getting older, what you're about to hear will change that forever. Because the same 5 daily movements that keep Japanese elders walking tall at 90 are still available to you right now, right where you are. In the next few minutes, you'll discover how to reset your body in under 10 minutes a day, rebuild balance, and move with the strength and stability you thought were gone for good. Don't let another year slip away while your body forgets what it was born to do, move freely. But here's what makes this story truly urgent. It's not happening somewhere far away. It's happening right here in our own homes. Every time we sit a little longer, move a little less, or avoid the stairs because it feels safer, the body quietly rewrites its limits, until one day even simple movement feels impossible. Across the United States, millions of older adults wake up each morning with the same quiet thought, I don't move like I used to. What begins as mild stiffness or hesitation soon becomes a pattern, avoiding the floor, avoiding uneven ground, avoiding anything that feels risky. Yet the cruel twist is this: the more you avoid movement, the faster you lose it. Studies show that after age 60, muscle mass declines at a rate of 3 to 8% per decade. And by 75, nearly 1 in 2 seniors reports needing help with basic mobility. But that number doesn't tell the whole story. Behind every statistic is a person, someone who used to love gardening or dancing or walking their dog, now watching the world shrink to the radius of a recliner. And the world around them doesn't help. We've designed our homes, our furniture, even our routines to make life easier, but what they really do is make the body weaker. High chairs, soft couches, flat sidewalks, elevators, handrails. Each one removes a small challenge, a tiny spark that once kept the body sharp. Then one day the fear begins, fear of falling, fear of pain, fear of asking for help. That's when independence fades, not in one dramatic moment, but through hundreds of small choices to stop moving. But here's the part no one ever told you: your body hasn't given up on you. It's still listening, waiting for signals of strength, balance, and confidence to return. And once you learn how to give those signals again, everything starts to change. Transition sentence, 65 words. But the beauty of this story is that the solution isn't hidden in expensive machines or miracle pills. It's in the small, repeatable moments, the daily movements that retrain the body to do what it was born to do, move with grace, strength, and control. These are the 5 Japanese habits that quietly preserve mobility, confidence, and independence well into the 80s and 90s. Habit number 5, the morning reset. Every morning across Japan, millions of people, young and old, begin their day with a short rhythmic routine called radio taiso. It's not a workout, it's a neurological wake-up call. Gentle arm circles, slow bends, light twists, simple moves that reactivate the stabilizer muscles supporting the spine and joints. Studies from Tokyo Metropolitan University show seniors who do 5 minutes of morning joint mobility report 37% less stiffness throughout the day. You don't need a class or special equipment. Just stand beside your bed, stretch your arms wide, roll your shoulders, bend your knees, and tell your body, it's time to live today, not just survive it. Because movement in the first minutes after waking rewires the nervous system for the rest of the day. But flexibility alone isn't freedom. Real strength starts closer to the ground. Habit number 4, the floor transition. Ask yourself something uncomfortable. If you fell right now, could you get up without help? Most Americans over 65 can't, not because they're weak, but because they've stopped doing the one movement that predicts independence, getting up from the floor. In Japan, floor life never disappeared. Meals, tea ceremonies, even TV time happen on low tables and tatami mats. Elders rise and lower themselves dozens of times a day, unknowingly, training balance, coordination, and muscle sequencing. A Brazilian study found people who could stand from the floor without using their hands had an 83% lower mortality rate over 6 years. Not because of magic, because that movement reflects the body's ability to recover from instability. Every time you rise from the floor, your brain rehearses survival. So start small, sit on a cushion rise, without hands repeat. And if that feels challenging, wait until you hear how they walk. Habit number 3, the walking secret. You've heard it 1,000 times, just walk more. But in Japan, they don't just walk more, they walk smarter. Shorter steps, softer landings, mid-foot, not heel first. Researchers at Stanford found heel striking sends shockwaves up the legs equal to 2 to 3 times your body weight with every step. Multiply that by 8,000 steps a day, no wonder knees and hips wear down. Japanese-style walking, born from centuries in wooden sandals, naturally shortens stride and keeps posture upright. It reduces joint impact by 32% while activating 47% more stabilizer muscles. Next time you walk, imagine gliding instead of pounding each step, a whisper, not a slam. Your body isn't designed for noise, it's designed for flow. And as you master gentle, mindful walking, you'll notice something else: the freedom of the hips begins to return. Habit number 2, hip mobility by design. You can lose 40% of your hip mobility without realizing it. The Western lifestyle locks hips at 90 degrees nearly all day, sitting at breakfast, driving, watching TV. Over decades, your body adapts, shortening muscles, reshaping joints. Doctors call it adaptive shortening. But in Japan, architecture itself prevents this. Floor sitting keeps hips open. Kneeling stretches ankles and knees. Even sleeping on futons means squatting down and rising twice a day. They don't exercise mobility, their environment demands it. Full hip mobility protects everything above and below, knees, spine, and balance. Elders who retain it have an 89% lower chance of needing a walker after 80. Try it tonight. Sit cross-legged for 1 minute. Feel the pull, the release. That's your body remembering freedom. Because when hips lock, life narrows. But when they open, strength returns to every step. And that leads us to the final secret: the invisible balance training built into every Japanese home. Habit number 1, the environmental balance challenge. In Japan, balance isn't trained in therapy rooms. It's woven into daily life. The moment you step into a home, you meet the genkin, a small raised entryway that forces you to step up and down while removing your shoes. Simple but neurologically brilliant. Each time elders lift one foot, twist, and reach for slippers, they perform a micro-balance drill that reawakens coordination pathways in the brain. Multiply that by decades and you get lifelong stability. A study at Kyorin University found seniors who regularly navigated uneven surfaces had 43% better balance recovery reflexes when stumbling. Not from workouts, from life itself. Try recreating this at home. Stand on one foot while brushing your teeth or walk barefoot across grass. Because balance isn't lost with age, it's lost with comfort. And now that you know the habits that protect it, the real question is, how do you make them part of your own life? Because knowledge alone won't change, your mobility habits will. And the moment you begin reintroducing these small, mindful movements, you're not just training muscles, you're retraining your brain to trust your body again. The Japanese don't move to stay young, they move to stay connected. And that connection is exactly what the next section is about: the mindset that keeps them free for life. But beyond the movements themselves, there's something deeper, a quiet lesson that's easy to miss. These habits aren't just physical routines, they're reminders of a mindset that refuses to surrender to stillness. Because if the body's a mirror of the mind, then every small movement is a declaration: I'm still here, still capable, still becoming. Growing older isn't the enemy. Forgetting how to move is. Somewhere along the way, modern life taught us that safety means sitting, that comfort means stillness, that rest is the reward for work. But in reality, the body was never built for stillness. It was built for curiosity, exploration, and motion. When you stop moving, your world shrinks. The floor becomes foreign. The stairs feel impossible. Even turning your head becomes a risk. Yet when you begin moving again, everything expands: the mind, the confidence, even your sense of joy. That's why Japanese elders don't see these movements as exercise. They see them as rituals of freedom, small acts that whisper to the body, you still belong here. Every time you stand from the floor, every step you take with intention, every moment you challenge your balance, you're not just training muscles, you're reclaiming the dialogue between body and spirit. And science agrees, motion doesn't just build strength, it sharpens the brain, lifts mood, and fuels longevity. Healthy aging isn't about fighting time, it's about learning to move with it. Because when you do, you stop aging defensively and start living intentionally. So ask yourself, what would life feel like if your body stopped resisting movement and started remembering it? Because the truth is, freedom isn't lost with age. It's lost when you stop asking your body to dance with life. And now that you know the truth, the choice is yours. You can wait for comfort to protect you, or you can take back the quiet power that's been waiting inside you all along. Because movement isn't just what keeps you alive, it's what keeps you alive inside. You're not done moving. You're just getting started. If this message spoke to you, if it made you remember the way your body once felt, light and confident, then don't let it fade. Start with one habit, just one. Do it tomorrow morning before coffee, before excuses. Watch how your body responds, how your energy rises, how your confidence quietly returns. Then come back here. Tell us your name, your age, and where you're watching from. Because this community is built for people like you, people who still believe strength has no expiration date. And if you know someone who's been feeling weaker, slower, or scared to move, share this video with them. You might give them back more than mobility. You might give them back hope. Subscribe if you want to keep learning simple science-backed ways to stay independent, balanced, and strong at any age. Because aging doesn't end your story, it just gives you a new reason to move forward. And the next chapter, it's waiting for you.